So let's talk about rule one, give every dollar a job. Giving every dollar a job means that as soon as you get money, you'll decide what that money needs to do based on whatever is most important to you. So, the underlying principle behind this rule is prioritization and being intentional with your money. Rather than checking the bank balance in the moment and guessing whether I can truly afford something, we're going to decide ahead of time what we want those dollars to do. That way, we can make decisions when we're considering everything at once and when we're in a more neutral frame of mind. So rule one is basically the envelope method. So if your family is anything like mine, some of you have an older relative, let's say a grandparent, that would get paid. And instead of depositing money in a bank account, they would use cash and divide it into labeled envelopes. So one envelope was for rent, another for groceries, another for gas, and so on. So when it was time to buy groceries, they would use the cash that was in the grocery envelope. So this accomplished two things. It ensures that there's money set aside for groceries, and it also protects the other dollars from accidentally getting spent on groceries so that they're available for the job they need to do. So you're going to think of the categories in YNAB as digital envelopes. Let's go back to that $1,500 and give every dollar a job. I might not be able to cover everything with that money, but I can answer the question, what does this money need to do before I get paid again? This is a very simplified example, so don't get too hung up on the actual numbers. So let's move that money into all of these more specific categories. Now, I've answered the question, what does this money need to do before I get paid again? And because I've done that, we're ready to ask the can I afford this question again? Can I spend $100 at the grocery store? Yes. Can I spend $30 at the movies? No. You can see I have clarity now. I know how to answer the question of can I afford this with quick confidence? Where did that clarity come from? It came from embracing the scarcity of my money. When I acknowledged that I only have $1,500 right now, and that money can only do so much, my priorities got crystal clear. I know what my money is going to do for me. I know what I can spend on each of these things. I can answer the question of, can I afford this with quick confidence? Now, to get that clarity, it was important that I worked with only the money I have right now. So with YNAB, you have to remember to only assign the money that you have. I could have said, well, I'm getting another paycheck in a couple of weeks, so I'll allocate that money too. Doing that may seem like it'll make things easier, but it actually makes things harder because imagining more money does not eliminate the decisions you need to make about the money you have right now. All of that will do is eliminate the clarity. So if I work with more money than I have, I'm not embracing the scarcity I have right now, and I'll lose the clarity as a result. We can always imagine more money. We can always say, what if? But imagining more money just muddies the waters. Remember, clarity is what we're after. Clarity will lead to control, which will lead to confidence. So now I have more control, but do I have total control? Not yet. Head over to Rule 2 to find out why.